very nice. You're about to see Mission Impossible. It's a 10-ball whole task. So 10 random shots where we're going to pick out 3 easy, 4 kind of medium difficulty level shots from a variety of different lies, and 3 difficult shots. Now, clearly, what we would evaluate is easy, medium, or difficult. Depends on the caliber of player. So in this case, those relative standards are much higher. And here's the scoring for it. You hit 1 shot, we'll call it your scoring shot. So ball 1, you hit it to 5 feet, your score is 5 feet. Ball 2, you hit it to 10. You add those 2 together, your score is 15 feet, and so on and so forth. So after 10 total shots, you have a total footage. If you score 50 foot or less, in this situation, we're going to call that tour standard. But I'm going to incentivize Jordan. I'm going to pay him $100. We like to put something on the line to get the juices flowing just a little bit. That's tough to do with a player who's accustomed to playing for literally millions each week, but that's the objective, to test the skills, have some sort of scoring benchmark. So as we go up in terms of footage, 51 to 60 feet, that's a decent performance for him. It'd be a good performance for most of you out there. He's going to be awarded $50. From 61 to 70, we're going to call that par. That's the push window. He's going to earn nothing. And then from 70 to 90, he loses 50. Anything above 90, he loses 100. Always carrying a second ball as well as a bridge ball, because sometimes the intent of the shot doesn't match the execution. Sometimes it's what we evaluate on the greens is incorrectly, or the conditions that we're playing in. And sometimes it's a simple physical mis-execution. So I want to give him, or any player that I do this with, a chance to bridge that mis-execution so they see themselves before they move on to that next random or test shot having a successful outcome before they move on. So give it a shot and post in the comments below what you score. Cheers. And measured proximity to the hole after each shot. If your 10-ball total is less than 50, what did you win putting? 100?
50.
50. If your 10-ball total is less than 50, you win 100. So between 51 and 60 is 50. 60 to 70 is a push. 70 to 90 is 50 for me. Anything over 90 is 100 to me.
I stopped listening, so hopefully you got that. What you got?
Don't be a smart aleck.
Don't be
it's the back pin.
Back pin.
First shot, back pin. You don't want to do over on that, do you?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Does my do-over get to count no matter what? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's only if you're unsatisfied with 4 feet from the hole, or maybe 3.5. Score of 4 feet.
This one I'm gonna go into the slope with some speed to where that first hop gets on top, and then there's a little run out to the left to the hole.
Copy.
And I smashed it.
Bridge ball. Doesn't count for score, but it does count for practice.
The screen is not gonna be soft, is it?
No. More what you pictured?
Yeah, still a little off, but pretty close.
Okay, total of 13. Follow me? You would have typically walked up and evaluated that surface, right?
On that shot, I would have just walked up to read it, but I didn't. Yeah, I assumed it was just going to be really grabby.
Got it.
I still smashed the first one.
Pin on the left. Have your towel as you need it.
Yeah, all good. Gotta go loft here. And it's above my feet. Tricky shot. Did it well. Sit. Wow.
Came out as expected.
Yeah. Ideally, I would have landed it a couple feet short, but it was pretty close to what I was looking for.
Let's try another one.
That's the danger with the ball above the feet.
Right. Let's move on. Did you try and land that second one that couple of feet short by taking away range of motion, meaning shorter swing length, a slower swing, or slowing down underneath the ball?
Just slowing down underneath the ball. And I did it a little too much.
1, 2, 3. 22 after 3. We got work to do. Good shot. Where's Michael to rake it? 27 after 4. If you think back to the first shot, What grade of difficulty would you give that, the first shot, the pitch to the back pin?
Compared to the rest, the second one was the easiest.
Like if 10 is a Mission Impossible type shot, and then the second one, right, your bank shot into the hill to 9 feet, and the second one was to 3 feet. That's easy as a 1?
Yeah.
It's a 1. What about the first one?
4.
What about?
Sorry. 1 would be hard.
No, 1 would be easy.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4. And then the third shot over the bunker?
That one was probably a 7.
And then this one?
That was 2.
Pretty
That was
cake,
cake, yeah.
As easy as it gets, yeah.
I mean, it just is a little dicey on the green, but that didn't, because my lie was good, it didn't matter.
Yeah, right. Let's go to the Zoysia over here. Go to shoulder to navigate. What are we going to see here?
A little soft loft. It's got to land it, like you said, there's a shoulder, and it's straight downwind, so it's got to be a very, very nice shot to get very close. It's not a hard shot to hit to 10 feet, but it's hard to get a couple.
Copy.
Soft loft, it's got to go right at it, so it kicks a little right and then it breaks a little left. Landed the first couple feet on the green.
Got it.
It was not quite as hard as I thought it was.
Did it come out further because you anticipated more of a buffer of grass there?
Yeah, and then I expected it to react like that green and just run.
Skip forward? Yeah.
And it stuck a little. All in all, it was a fine shot.
633, 5?
Looking back, it was not as challenging as I thought it was.
It wasn't as challenging?
Most
just based on the ball reaction, or just based on what you saw as you walked up to the green?
No, there's nothing I would have done differently that would have made me think it was easier ahead of time.
Copy. Flying this up on top with spin?
Yeah. Because it's into the wind.
Pretty cake shot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, good shot. That's useful. That helps the home team, yeah?
It's a nice one.
35.
And the lie's fantastic, so I could fly this almost all the way there.
Shot.
Thanks.
40 after 7. He's in the race. Back on the other side now. 3 shots remaining. I gotta play defense. How do I play defense?
Use a different club?
No, make him harder.
Oh.
I'm gonna make him harder.
Give me a flop shot and make me hit it with a 52?
No, I wanted to make it really hard and make you flop it with a 7-iron. Speaking of flop shots, as we're talking about flop shots, and this is like so outside the bounds of kind of like normalcy, but it's interesting, right? And I don't know that I've ever asked you the question. If you take yourself back to 17 at Whistling Straits in the Ryder Cup.
What's the golfing green ball? It's coming backwards. Careful.
Watch out.
It might lose him.
Holy smokes. Can you believe that?
Like, how did that shot not go backwards? Did you think you could get it on the green, number one?
Yeah, or I wouldn't have, well, yeah. I wouldn't have played it if it was not match play, right? And they were already up there. Yeah, so it's like when you mess around with that shot, like when you're playing it backwards and stuff, you're always using a 60 degree. So I hit, I think, a 52, maybe a pitching wedge. But it was enough, like, the thing was I knew it was gonna be almost 90 degrees. So the harder I hit it, the further it would go, because it was gonna be a little less than 90 degrees, you know? So I needed—
Given the club you were using.
Yeah, given the club I was using, I wasn't gonna flick it backwards. The release pattern wasn't to go back, it was just to hit up. There's a little bit of a difference, right? When you're messing around hitting it over your head.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I knew if I had to have enough loft to where it would actually get up over the edge of the green.
Yeah.
And then I needed the least amount possible to change the angle to not be as dead straight up, because again, it was into the wind too.
Yeah.
And so it was like I just could hit it literally as hard as I could, but if I hit it less hard, it was going shorter. The shorter it was going to go, it was going to be further. I couldn't get it past the hole. And so I think the shot kind of went almost over the pin and then came back a little bit.
Because the wind was blowing at what speed?
Yeah, it was probably 15 miles an hour in our face.
What do you think your ball speed was in that shot?
Whatever 120-yard shot with a 52 degree is.
Okay.
100 miles an hour.
Probably like 93 to 95 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
and then...
That's insane.
And
your total distance from the pin, like if you just measured horizontally, was...
from where it actually went was probably only 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, and how was it lying?
It was like it had fallen down and just kind of nestled. So like I could get on the ball, but it was like you're hitting out of a bush where you had access to the bottom of the ball.
Got it. Yeah. And before we go to this next shot, as we walk up there, where does that rank on best shots you've hit, given the situation, given the stage of the situation, the outcome?
Yeah, I mean, it was less difficult, like I mentioned, because the consequences weren't as high as if I was doing it in a stroke play event on the 17th at the PGA.
Got it. Yeah. Right on.
But
the cool factor probably elevates.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the fact that it was where it was. If we turned it into a win on the hole and a tied or won match, it would have been even cooler. But it was one of those shots you always want to play just as a athlete, just for fun, just as a kid.
Yeah.
And you never really know if you're ever going to get the chance to like try one of them.
Yeah, right on.
So it's cool to try it. And do
okay,
it.
40 feet, shot. This is shot, what? I lost track. Eight, you're at 40 feet. You're welcome. Oh God! Oh God! You know what that means, right?
I lost.
You're at 80 feet. Your final 2 shots, you have work to do.
I didn't really want to go flop.
Why not?
Lie. There, I hit the ground first perfectly.
Yeah, but bounce flop is fine, right?
Right.
Sometimes you do that intentionally. Okay, you want to do it again or you good?
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Here you go. $85.
Same result, cooler shot.
Mm-hmm. Pin on the left, final shot.
Oh, I left it short. Gosh.
Didn't anticipate the grain.
I just, in general, this green's like probably 2 or 3 feet slower than the chipping green over there.
Copy.
And that was the first shot onto a different chipping green that I've had.
Got it.
Where it would run.
Let's do another 10.
Okay.
You up for it?
Yeah.
Sweet. First pin on the right there.
Okay.
Into the bank or up on top?
Probably go up on top into the wind.
Shot. Sit there. Yeah, beauty.
All right, play if you can because of how much pitch there is on the run after you bank it.
In what way? Always
Like
wanting to leave it left of the hole? Underneath
Well,
the
if
hole?
I were to bank it, I would have had to be absolutely perfect to ride that top and get it, or else it would have gone kind of over here. Like that had some cut spin on that first hop. Four and a half of mine.
That would be 5 of mine.
Or
5 in
over
real
4
terms.
of mine.
5 in real terms.
Just a bunker shot?
Yep, standard bunker shot. A holeable bunker shot to the pin on the left. Very nice.
We're a little right.
We'll count that one as a half. 4.5 on yours, 5 on mine. We'll split the difference. How far would we have to go back, or what position would we have to be in to where you'd actually use the bank to get to this first pin? Like short of it? Or you wouldn't because the pin's so far?
You'd have to almost be over to the left more, like right here.
Like right in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't go up top.
And grade the difficulty of this shot.
Very, just because of the inconsistency of the first hop.
Uh-huh. The banks, meaning the bank's not directly facing you.
And
You got a left bank and a right
Yeah,
bank.
and the grass isn't necessarily like perfect.
Downwind, once it gets up on top, isn't gonna
Yeah.
spin. Yeah.
It should be sticky enough where I could still have a little height and spin drive to it, and that first hop should kind of soften it pretty good.
Uh-huh.
But I gotta hit it left of it.
Great shot. Short of the hole.
Yeah,
And it didn't look like it was going to be.
No, I didn't think the second hop would be on this grass.
Yeah?
But the first hop was so low
Yeah.
that it took the check onto the overseed.
5.
I also wouldn't call that shot on 17 a flop shot.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like a full
It was just
52.
an angled full wedge shot.
It's like the ground was stacked in your favor on high launch and you had to negate the high launch, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. I didn't have to negate it. I still had to add a little.
Yeah.
But it was like I was hitting a flick high.
Do you count the run down the hill after the shot as a workout?
I mean, it certainly hurt my quads, you know. Trying to locomotive
Right on.
come back down.
Okay, this will be likely the last easy one.
Okay.
I'm grading this as easy.
Yeah.
You would as well, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would. Okay, shot 4, total of 10.
Do it. Golly, sit down.
Sit.
Wow. Misjudged the speed.
Bridge ball,
there.
bridge ball. Just where you get to see the outcome you were looking for. Not that you change much. There you go. 16 after 4. Cooking a good average. Cooking a good average. Thoughts?
I think it's good.
Came as you wanted?
Yeah. I mean, I should have launched it certainly a little further left.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it's one of those, if I fly it a little too far, it starts going downhill after the hole, it gets to 12, 13 feet pretty quick.
19 after 5.
It's a good leave.
Yeah.
I would have been one of those, I kind of sit there after, I'm like, it's okay, but not great.
Okay, pin on the left.
On this green.
That green. I didn't know you'd have the club for this, do you?
Yeah, 52 will work.
So we got 40 yards pin.
Probably. Yeah.
How often would you not play it drivey like that? Would you kick loft actually underneath it? Rarely.
Probably not really there unless I mean, no.
What about a scenario where you're trying to protect long? Like
I mean,
here,
if there's
you're
a
trying to protect
lip,
short, right?
Oh, trying to, I mean, in general, like that felt standard. It didn't feel super drivey.
Got it.
If there was a time to try to hit it higher and spinnier, it would have been that one, just because it's downwind and you need to kind of fly it to this point.
7. Where were we at?
We were at 16 through 4, and then I hit the rough shot.
Yeah, the rough shot went to 5, 19. That one went
Well,
to...
was it?
Yeah.
No, the
9.
rough shot would have been 21. I was at 16 through 4.
Oh, you were. Yeah, sorry, I thought 14.
21 through 5, and then whatever that is.
Got it. Let's go back over here. That was 7.
28.
What'd you check out?
Trying to see where that shiny spot is, if that's just a ton of down grain to where if I flew it there it'd be a problem. And it's not, it's just kind of a little different color.
And the problem would be it's skipping forward and left. Forward and left.
Yeah, and just not like, I was planning on playing a driving spinner, it just wouldn't have it would take the spin off.
Right on.
but I think I can play drivey spinner. Like medium trajectory, not super drivey.
Just like so.
Yeah.
Likely 4. Let's go grab it, and then we're going to turn and walk back this way.
I'll let you grab it.
Okay, that works too. It's like a go get that moment.
Sure, man. Like I had the flu, I don't feel like walking up there.
You're recovering from the flu. You had the flu. It's past
That's what
tense.
I said had.
When you get an awkward lie, like side, down, do you actually actively think about the modifications in your
Yeah.
stance or approach?
I don't know how active it is now, just because I'm so used to.
It's like rote, like in there.
Yeah. But yeah, for sure. I mean, this shot, I'm not going to really be able to actually turn a ball right to left if I wanted to. So it's just not long enough, and then the lie won't really allow it. I mean, it'd take a incredible effort of closed face. So my shot option here is more line up a little left of the hole and then kind of pinchy cut.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't really want to throw it too high because I don't have to on this shot.
Right.
And if anything, my mistake needs to be short. So yeah, I'm gonna try and land a low one a few paces short of the hole and left. So yeah, I'm pretty actively, I mean, the lie determines what shots are really available to a degree, depending on the length and stuff.
Sit.
Should be good.
Sorry. That's the expression. Stop talking to my ball. Lips off my ball.
Just wanted a little more cutty on it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. There you go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try them both, obviously.
You mean extra credit, right? Extra credit right here. Can you get it on the green?
I can get it on. It's just a matter if I can get it over by the hole.
39, 2 remaining. Oh, lovely. Lovely. It's almost like we should take some footage off just to get it on the green there. What knowledge base do you pull from to be able to hit that thing on the green?
I mean, just feel.
That's
like,
not true.
Like, well, you mean,
There's a library of experience that tells you that. Yeah.
I'm flicking the loft to get over my shoulder.
Kind of hoik it over
at
your
the
left
hole.
shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you mean. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, as far as recognizing, like, you can't line up at the hole.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get your minimum amount of line up to the right and then try to create the left via the release pattern.
Yeah. Big face release, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine off the rough or the fairway. Out of a bunker, you know, the sand gets in the way then.
Yep.
But, ooh, lots of sand.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot. Final shot coming up. To cash big. To cancel your losses and put me in debt. Want some fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
I like it. The lie makes this shot much more difficult than if it was sitting up, yes?
Yes.
What's the approach?
The approach is carrying some speed, no real face release, some face hold, but with speed, and try and dump it right in here, and then let the green take care of the rest.
Copy.
It's kind of flat faced. Just make sure your speed's consistent.
Before you do it, not to get in your head, but just to like discuss the other option that we'd sometimes use. At what point, what type of shot, how would the lie be different in order for you to use more of a thumping technique and killing speed at the bottom of the club?
That would be one where, if anything, I wanted to be long. But on this one, you don't want to be long at all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go to where I want everything to get carried to just barely reach the front edge.
Copy.
And the lie would have to be a little bit worse to go thumpy.
That's a win, sir. Call it 2. Call it 45, average of 4.5. That is, that's typically your standard.
Should be 10 pars.
Right there.
Should be 10
10
pars
pars
if I'm
indeed.
doing my job on the greens.
10 pars indeed, well done.